Let's listen to the Ikwerre man speak on what happened to them in present-day Rivers State. Take a listen to this.
In my place, Emoha, when I grew up in Emoha, and I know that Igbos who live amongst us never will say we are Igbo people.
Okay.
Never. They live among us either through slavery, through marriage, or through coming to do menial works in my place. So we interact. Most of our people married Igbo women.
Okay.
Who took time to teach their children Igbo language. They will never teach Ikwerre language. So obviously that child grows up with Igbo language. Recall also that during the Eastern region, Igbo was a language that was compulsory mandatory here to be taught in primary school. In my place, there's a story that goes this way, that a man takes his child, his son, to school for registration. The headmaster says, "What is the child's name?" "My child's name is Ovunda." "What is Ovunda?" The headmaster is an Igbo man. "What is Ovunda?" "That is his name." "No, I don't know. I don't understand. What is the meaning of Ovunda?" Ovunda means the heart of the father. The headmaster quickly put the name as Obinna. Automatically, you can see the movement from Ovunda to Obinna. You can imagine what will be happening in other Ikwerre villages like that, where the Igbo is at the helm of affairs. They were in charge of the churches, they were in charge of the schools. And this they did throughout the Ikwerre land. The typical Igbo person, if you're relating with an Igbo person, will not speak your language, will not like to speak your language. Will speak his or her own language to you. You must speak his language. And this happens in the marketplace. And Igbos are all over our markets. Let me also not miss the point that in Ikwerre land, there are Aaron people, few Aaron communities, who were allowed to stay after the Civil War, after the slave trade. The Ikwerres were the middlemen. Ijo didn't go to Aaron to go and bring slaves. Yet I never went to Aaron to go and it was the Ikwerre middlemen that went there to bring them and moved them to Ijo. And then they said to the white man. So after the abolition of slave trade, some of those slaves were held back and encamped in places. You have Aaron between Obakere and Emoha, which we chased later, moved them to Alo, and stopped there.
Okay.
Go to Ishokbo, that's assuming Aarons. Ishokbo said, no, you don't stay with us, come and stay here. They are in Ikwerre land. But the point I want to make is that all of us agree that we're Ikwerre people. Let it stop there. You can't be an Aaron man and you now start talking that you are from Igbo. It is wrong. It is preposterous for you to now say, "Oh, I'm an Aaron man, yes. Though I'm in Ikwerre, I'm an Igbo." No, that is nonsense. You want to cause trouble. Because where you are is no more Igbo land. You must be where you are. You cannot be where you are not. You must respect it. Otherwise, you're going to cause ethnic tension. That's what the Igbos are doing. Mbata was wrong. Okoko is wrong. All of them were wrong. Livingstone Uche is wrong. Chimene is wrong. They are all wrong because they live in Ikwerre and like think that they're Ikwerre. There is something like I'm Ikwerre Igbo. Amechi was wrong. There's nothing like I'm Ikwerre Igbo. It doesn't make sense in the first place. Doesn't it make sense? It doesn't make sense because Ikwerre is a different entity. Igbo is a different entity, and we've established that we're not Igbo. We've established. Look, go and read the Oputa panel report. Ikwerre did a presentation, 2001, and said, "We are neither Igbo nor Ijo." Clear. Elijah Madi did the presentation for us. How else do we say we've not been denying it? We've been denying it from ages. But because they are among the big three in Nigeria, using their power on us, that's why people are hearing it. Other people won't hear them. I have not seen any Yoruba person claiming anybody outside Yoruba land. What is wrong with Igbo? I've not seen any Hausa man claiming any place that is not Hausa land. I've not seen an Edo man claiming any place that is not Edo land. What is wrong with Igbo? You form a map of Biafra, 40 states. Jesus Christ. Including the whole of the South. What kind of greed is that? What do you want? the politicians should not mix the two. They should separate them properly. Play their politics and leave Ikwerre alone. That's number one. Number two, to avoid these embarrassments. It's embarrassing to Ikwerre people for this kind of thing to be coming up every day, every time. And we have discovered that the reasons why these things are happening, probably because of the presence, dominance of Igbo in Ikwerre land. I suggest very strongly, maybe we check marrying Igbo wives. We check it. We check selling of our lands to Igbo people. We check it. We check allowing Igbos access to opportunities that are available to Ikwerre people. Admissions, scholarships, they infiltrate all of them. So we have to check all of this. About Ikwerre and other pan-Ikwerre groups like the IPO, IPA, IPF, all of them, they should find a way of checking this infiltration by the Igbo person, the Igbo people in Ikwerre land. So that if we check it, we begin to reduce it. So that we can have breathing space. Ikwerre need to breathe.
All right. I mean, it's a bit long. We're going to stop there for now. The man's name is Dr. Okachukwu Dibia. Ilechi Amadi said in 1973. So this book called Sunset in Biafra was published in 73. I want to read some to you from there. Some 30 years ago, 30 years ago meaning in the 1940s. I'm also playing this because of what I said last time. The video we played where somebody was saying that they have been in that place for 400 years. This is what the people of the land are saying. And by the way, this was written in 73. This interview was conducted in 2025. And there's congruence, right? So Ilechi Amadi says, some 30 years ago, the Igbos began to move in to trade in the riverine areas. Eventually, many settled and by sheer force of numbers began to dominate the smaller tribes. Igbo came to be so widely used that certain tribes practically lost their mother tongue. It is a fact that one or two riverine tribes can hardly speak their own language now and have to make do with a peculiar Igbo pidgin, highly amusing to the Igbos. A determined effort is now being made to remedy the situation. In some areas, this cultural imposition was very pronounced. Igbo was officially taught and spoken in schools. It could hardly be otherwise, since most of the teachers were Igbos. Gradually, many local languages were eroded, as the Bible had not been translated into the minority languages. The Igbo Bible and prayer books were used in schools and churches.